Good morning! We are now on our way back to the Andermatt train station. We just had a lovely breakfast, checked out of our hotel, and where are we headed to?
Churwalden. Well, we say Churwalden, but the locals,
Yeah, the locals I think is Churwalden, but it's like Churwalden, where we are going to go on this crazy, I think the longest in the world
Alpine roller coaster.
That's right. That's our morning. We get there. And then in the afternoon, we're doing a ropes course, which I think is pretty much like a treetop trekking back home.
Yeah, from pictures we saw.
Yeah, so come along for the ride. Time to get a Rodelbahn started. I don't know if you can see in the distance, but those are the Alpine coaster tracks.
And we'll be right on it.
Alright, we're heading up. Right now for the Alpine coaster, longest coaster in Europe, possibly the fastest. We're gonna get on soon, and we're gonna try to haul ass as fast as we can because the challenge is gonna get us to time that first one. It's gonna count, so we're gonna have to make it count. was a super fast day. Fast as in Need for Speed kind of fast.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, that's right. So we just finished our morning and afternoon in Churwalden, and we've now taken the train back to Zurich, which is the Zurich HB, the main train station, heading back to our hotel, where we'll then head over to...
Actually, it'll be a good time to have a bite, but it just so happens that our next challenge will be dining in the dark.
That's right.
That's not bad.
Check out our white tees.
Relatively white.
Relatively white.
Yeah.
We're in front of the blindekuh. I think it's basically a blind restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
let's talk about the judging metrics.
Sure. So I actually don't know this one.
Ah, okay. So basically, you know, it's a dinner in the dark.
Right.
We're gonna have a 3-course, 4-course meal, and you know, we'll taste and guess the ingredients. On top of that, the reason why we're wearing white is because each stain, I guess, a visible stain you get will be deducted points
Is it
on
how
our
many
fine.
inches?
A quarter or something.
It's like a
like
quarter
that.
inch.
Yeah,
If it's bigger
visible.
than a quarter inch, it's gonna count and you're gonna get deducted points.
Yeah.
So you gotta eat carefully. We gotta be able to figure out the ingredients. It's gonna get messy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dark. We're apparently not even gonna be sitting with each other.
No,
so
we can't even whisper.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like an individual challenge. My taste buds are not that sharp. So
Mine is not that not that great either. but
even if I taste something, I couldn't tell you
Yeah,
what
so-
ingredients are in it. But
we'll see.
wish us luck. All right, so we're back at the hotel. We just finished our dining in the dark challenge, and so we just thought we'd combine everything together. So yeah, what did you think of the dining show, Sam?
It's my first time. Definitely interesting, especially when you can't. I couldn't even see my fingers. First of
Yeah,
all.
pitch black.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a humbling experience for sure. Like
Definitely.
to know like what kind of in a couple hours what it's like to be blind. In terms of how we did. Who knows? I mean, Steve told us that there were like 13 different ingredients for the risotto that we had. Another was it 26 ingredients or
13 on average.
Yeah,
but I
13
probably
for
only
dessert.
wrote down like 4 or 5.
Yeah, so some of the obvious ones. So we'll see like how that actually ends up ranking. We didn't risk this at all,
No.
so this was a
No,
throwaway
it's a throwaway.
for us. But it's a cool experience. It's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then as we work our way backwards, the rest of the day again was around the Alpine coaster and the ropes course. And those were a lot of fun. Really Need for Speed kind of moments. Really trying to figure out how to do it as fast as possible. But it ended up being really hard to kind of manipulate or try to make the coaster go faster, just because.
Well, in terms of physics, right? Obviously, the heavier you are, the faster you go. We tried different things like shifting our weight around corners, shifting the center of mass, but in the end, they don't amount to more than, I would say, 5 seconds of differences.
And it was all in this little town, Churwalden, which we didn't get to see too much. But again, another example of how Steve's really pulled these places out of nowhere. Places that nobody really knows about. It was all locals. People didn't speak English. It was all German, Swiss German. So yeah, no, just amazing. And then the second part, the ropes course, was basically a treetop trekking that we would call back home.
Yes. We were timed on it.
We were.
Both of us ended up around 7 minutes.
About 7
on the
minutes
dot.
for the first course. Yeah.
Right, for the first course, which is actually we still don't know how the scoring will be based.
Yeah.
He told us today that tomorrow we'll find out, and it's going to be a bit more interactive. And he did say
Apparently.
The results of it will depend on what we choose to do.
Yeah. So it's still unclear how it's scored. But in terms of like the challenge itself, I thought it was pretty easy.
Oh, it was definitely
like
easy.
it was nothing, to be honest, which is why like afterwards we decided to do all the other ones that they had,
more advanced ones,
just for fun. They had
Those
a lot
were
of
fun.
big zips. So the surroundings were beautiful. If you stop and you really look around, you're really literally amongst the mountains of Switzerland, and that's a sight that you don't really get to see. So it was really cool to be in Churwalden.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of scenery, the train ride was great.
Yes.
We actually took in between. We actually took a train ride. It was voted for one of the best, I don't know, train scenery.
Most scenic
Yeah.
train ride in the world. I would have to agree. Like, we were there, and I was spending most of my time with my head stuck out of the window, or just taking a lot of photos. I mean, I felt like the train took us to so many different parts of Switzerland in
Yeah.
those few hours.
Yeah.
From green pastures to little villages to dynamic, like, crazy mountains and
Or
lakes,
small waterfalls,
small waterfalls,
rivers.
Yeah, everything. Literally
farmlands,
everything.
everything.
So a
Everything.
spectacular ride. So I really do understand why it makes sense to travel around Switzerland by rail. So to wrap it up, tomorrow, what we know is, yes, we are leaving Zurich, where we are right now. We are then flying to Dusseldorf, but we're not spending any time in Dusseldorf in Germany. We're heading straight over to the city of
Vows.
Vals. You may not have heard of it. I believe it's in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I believe it's in the Netherlands, close to Maastricht. But we are doing this crazy labyrinth.
It's like a maze, real life maze.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna go. And then there's some sort of shooting challenge. I don't know. Too much
We're
information.
told there will be 4 different types of weapons, which we don't know what they are.
Mhm.
3 are serious and 1 will be whimsical.
Yeah.
So use your imaginations.
Yeah. So we will see you out there.